So I guess just first of all, losing two
Yeah.
starters from last year, how was that process kind of been building that depth back up?
Yeah, it's a great question. Next man up, right? That's the mentality. One good thing, we definitely lost a couple really good players, but the one thing that we've got going is we were developing some young talent that's now taken an even bigger step and has kind of come forward. And I think it's never easy to lose the kind of talent we lost, but I think we're doing a pretty good job of answering it with some of these young guys stepping it up into bigger roles. And been really impressed with some of the guys like a Zach Cruz, like a Hunter stepped up big time, and some of those guys have kind of taken over some stronger roles on the D-line.
Adding Alec to the mix, I guess.
Yeah, Alex has been a great addition, and Alex is going through a frustrating time. Anytime you go to working with a guy like me and every single detail matters, and we're trying to break old school habits that he has and get him some new habits, there's a little bit of a learning curve, but I mean, you talk about a man that shows up every day and works his butt off. He's strong. He can do everything you want him to do. We're just getting him going in the right direction right now, and he's going to be another extremely valuable piece to the process.
Just now that you're a couple weeks in a fall camp,
yeah.
How's the collaboration, the OTC situation been going?
Awesome. Me and Bobby have been close since I got here. It's been 3 years of a great relationship. 3 years of a couple guys that think pretty similar. And so it's been easy for both of us. And we kind of just, it's a kind of a seamless transition almost where we just treat each other the exact same way we treated each other and work with each other the same way. And just probably a little bit more value goes into our ideas now than it did before, but it's been really good. It's hard not to with Bobby Daly. There's no ego with either one of us. You can't help but to love the guy. And so it's been really easy. It's been fun. Been a lot of fun.
Anything that you guys are really, or that you specifically are really trying to focus on as far as improvement from last year's defense?
Well, I think both of us, it's how it works is, we've had two really good defensive coordinators come before us, okay? And we've watched these guys work at a high level. But no matter how high of a level it is, we've had these opinions of our own of, hey, maybe we could do this, maybe we could do that. And so we're getting a chance to kind of work some of those things forward. And what I would say is it's been really, really cool to be able to be leaned on as much as I'm being leaned on, because we get a chance to do some new stuff with the front that's going to, I think, put us in some really advantageous spots.
Behind Alec and obviously Paul
Yeah.
and Blake coming back, who
Yeah.
kind of seen step up and rise and try to fill some.
Well, and so that's a good question. We've had Paul Brott take a huge step forward, right? Okay, and so Paul Brott's become this way better football player, way more accountable player, way more accountable person. He's really taken a huge step. Zach Black was hurt. Zach Black's having a good fall camp. He's really working to get back onto that path he was on. He's been out for almost a year. So him too, coming along and growing has helped us. And then the young guy, Hunter Charbonneau, has really done some really, really good things. He's not as consistent as maybe some of those top guys right now, but we're looking at Hunter and we're thinking future's bright one. And then also this is a guy that might be able to help us this year where maybe, that was a question mark before.
Well, obviously, Brody's been out, but he allows other guys to step up in practice.
For sure.
Outside, who's been stepping up as well.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, Hunter Parsons is really, this is Kenny's time to shine. And he's done a really, really good job. He's brought a great amount of experience. Okay, and now it's like for Kenny, it's kind of like he's tied everything together. And so now he's more of like a seasoned vet who knows his stuff inside and out. And we're matching that with all that athleticism that he already has. And we're getting a more complete player. Like I said, Hunter Parsons is playing better. Zach Cruz has made a huge, huge jump. Zach Cruz is maybe even a little bit what you might say ahead of schedule. He's had a great camp. All those guys really have done a good job. And then the other thing is, you've got Brody, who's still really a part of everything we do, who's been razor sharp all camp on everything that he can do. And so it's been nice to have him doing what he's doing with us too.
Bobby mentioned tackling, leverage, limiting explosives,
Yep.
aggressive after quarterback is kind of things he's focusing on.
For sure.
BC. Anything you would add to that? Anything else?
I would say that we're on the same page. That's a collaborative thought, okay? And one thing that we really felt like we could do better is tackling and having leverage on our plays, okay? And so we've emphasized that to the nth degree. That's something that's going to be really important to us. You can't play good defense and not tackle. We're gonna have a brand of ball that you guys see, and hopefully you guys can be proud of, where guys are flying to the ball. But it doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot if you can't get them on the ground when you get there. So having the good leverage and then playing with great tackling technique is something we're really focusing on this fall camp, and it's already starting to show. It's already starting to pay off.
Yeah, anything specifically you guys are trying to do any drills to
Yeah, for sure. We've gone out and studied. I mean, this is how it is. You go out and you find somebody that's doing it well, and you steal their stuff. A program that we have a ton of respect for is University of Utah, and the way they play defense and the brand of ball. And I went down and spent some time with them this last spring, and they have a drill. It's their pursuit drill, cup pursuit. And, it's keep the cup, which is our leverage, terminology. And so it's guys running to the football as fast as they can while keeping leverage, and then tagging off in between the hip and the knee with the hands down, killing the motor. So yeah, we've gone out and we've stole different things from different programs, and we're trying to incorporate them to get better here for sure. And anytime you emphasize something, you're going to see better. You're going to get better at it. And so that's a big thing too, is we're emphasizing it a lot more.
A lot of the chatter outside is the last couple of years has been, how do you guys measure up to the Dakota schools?
For sure.
Dakota State, South Dakota State.
Yep.
How have you kind of measured that success? I personally feel like you guys did a great job last year.
For sure.
Living up to that expectation. But how do you measure that success in the last couple of years?
Right. Now I'm just going to only talk about the defensive front, okay? Because I'm not going to try to act like I'm an expert in anybody else's job around here, okay? I'll say this. Last year we played South Dakota State. Felt really good, like our guys played really good football. We played a great brand of football. We were physical. We played hard. We knew our job. We did our job. I felt good walking off that field. I felt horrible about the loss. We all did. But I didn't feel like we gave up too much up front. I felt like we really did a pretty good job against that group. And that was the best group of O-linemen, playing at our level for sure. They were really, really good. And we felt good about that, okay? The time before that, it's kind of like when you're in fall camp. Offense has a great day. Defense comes back, has a great day. That time, the time before that, we went down there in the playoffs, and we left that field, and we took the same loss, but we didn't feel good about ourselves. We felt like, man, we really, didn't give our best shot, okay? And that was something that was a huge wake-up call for us, and it's been a driving force ever since in our room of just what you said, that question mark, and the fact that there could be a question mark about our group. That's something that every single day has stuck with us ever since. Yeah, so that's a good question, and we're more than understanding that that's out there. Okay, we're not going to let that be our narrative. Okay, and they got some really good football players over there. They're not going to let that be their narrative either. So you know how that works. You got to fight that one out.